you guys, ChloeBailey. Why y'all made that girl cry? Why y'all all on this girl? Now you guys know ChloeBailey, the cute girl from the sister group, Chloe and Halle, who have been mentored and produced by Beyonce. Very much you can see that they follow in Beyonce's footsteps, and that Chloe in particular has probably modeled herself a little bit after Beyonce, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, Beyonce's influences in a lot of women today, okay? So that's nothing wrong, and considering Beyonce's extreme success and all that she has done and touched, I mean, why wouldn't Chloe in particular want to model herself after Beyonce? Okay, these girls are young. They're in early 20s. They have been a package deal for a long time. It's always been Chloe and Halle. They do their albums together. You can kind of see that these girls are trying to get to a point in their lives where they're not so attached to each other. I mean, they're even on a show together, okay, grownish. Now it's time for everybody to start branching off and doing things that they want to do that is just free of the other person. So we have Halle, who is actually right now she's recording her movie Little Mermaid. You guys know she is Ariel in that movie. And Chloe, we've seen a lot of Chloe a lot lately on social media. On top of her being extremely talented, because we do see videos of her where she's just kind of like putting together a song pretty quickly, you know, on her boxes and her keyboards and her microphones and singing and playing, and she's talented. The girl definitely is very talented, okay? So we won't take that away from her. But we also have to know that she's a young girl that's coming into her sexuality. I mean, she's a very sexy girl. She's beautiful. She's very shapely. She even moves differently than the other one. Okay, the other one still is, I don't know if the other one is younger, but she definitely is not quite, you know, she ain't as juicy, and she's not as flowy as Chloe is. Oh, Chloe. I think Chloe really did open the eyes and let us realize that she was a sexual being when she, you know, we get glimpses of it in her videos for sure, but when she did the Busted Challenge, I think it got the attention of a lot of people. She looked great in that video. I was like, okay, girl, do your thing, okay? I mean, that Busted Challenge, I mean, that's what the damn challenge is, right? Showing yourself in that way. She even did a couple of little videos where she's dancing in her bathroom, you know, in that same little outfit. You can see she's got the little teeny tiny waist. She's got these, you know, voluptuous hips and all of that. And, I just thought it was cute because that's what girls her age do. Y'all had a problem though when sis did her. So I think she got some million, not subscribers, but followers. And she wanted to celebrate in some kind of way. And so what she did was a little 2-minute, and that's all we saw anyway, dance to a song that she had made called I Can Fuck You All the Time, which is quite a branch off from what she and her sister were doing. And it was a hot, sexy, very steamy dance of her. Just imagine the silhouette challenge, but like a 2-minute video, okay? Blue light behind her and her dancing all over her bedroom. And to me, it was not in poor taste. I thought she looked great in the video. It was definitely mesmerizing. I watched it a few times. I was just like, gosh, she's doing that. She looks great. But I was wondering how people was going to accept that because, we have Chloe and Halle, like, Lee. And now we got Chloe. And you guys felt like she was doing too much. And it got to be so much that she felt pressured. And she had to come on to social media and explain to you guys why she did the video, and it's funny how people see themselves as opposed to how we see them. She said that she has a hard time even thinking that she's sexy. And I'm thinking to myself, like, girl, how can you not know you're not sexy? She said that she just likes to do this because she's exploring how she feels. And I mean, I don't see a problem with it. There are a lot of less tasteful things that are out there that everybody has no problem with. So let Chloe do what the fuck Chloe want to do, because she ain't messed with nobody. She ain't fucking with nobody. She ain't, did nothing bad or nothing. So if the girl want to do a fucking song called I Can Fuck You All the Time, and dance to it, then let her do it. I just sit back and feel like these girls should be able to have fun and explore while they still can, while they still look good. And, you know, if that's what they want to do, then you just let them do that. Okay. And nobody say she need to be fucking everybody all the time. This is just a fantasy. This is just what she's giving you guys, a visual. But, you know, I just like quit pressuring these artists to feel like they, you know, can't live their lives because everybody is under the microscope. Now, something tells me that we ain't seeing Chloe do no shit like that no more. Look, Chloe says she gonna have to stop because y'all giving her grief. But what did you guys think about that video? Did you see it? Man, she did the damn thing on that. I wasn't mad at all. Continue to do what you do, girl. All right, you guys, in white folks news, they say that Jeff Bezos is about to step down as CEO from Amazon. You know, he runs the whole company day to day and has been doing it for some 30 years. He started this company as an online bookstore and turned it into a fucking an online retailer and logistics like behemoth. Like nothing can fuck with Amazon right now. I was in the mall yesterday at Perimeter and they got an Amazon store in there. I was just like, they fixing to fucking take over for real. Anyway, he says it's time for him to step down. He's turned this company into a $1.7 trillion. It's worth $1.7 trillion, you guys. Jeff Bezos is the second richest man in the world, second to Elon Musk, and only because he's given away like some billions of dollars to charity. If he hadn't given away that money, then he would be the richest man in this entire world. Like I said, he's been doing this since 1995, and he said that he's ready to step down. Now, he's still going to be the executive chair, and he is going to move on to the Amazon's cloud computing part, the part of the company. That's where they're making their biggest profit right now. And the person that he's going to be turning it over to is, his name is Jassy. What's the first name? Andy Jassy. And Andy Jassy has been working right under Bezos basically since 1997. So just 2 years after the company started, he's been here the whole time. They said that he's basically shadowed Bezos the whole time. You know, sat in on meetings, sat in on phone calls. He was kind of supposed to be like the brain, the mirror brain of Bezos, so he can kind of anticipate what Bezos was thinking and, you know, what he may want and what he may not want. I mean, just very much honed and groomed him to take this position that he's in right now. So that guy will be taking the position. He's going to be running the day-to-day operations of Amazon, and Jeff Bezos can go off to the sunset. A very, 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 very rich man. All right, you guys. So Wendy Williams, Wendy Williams has been having a good week because we were all impressed with her movie, Wendy Williams movie that aired on Lifetime last weekend. While Wendy Williams was on the publicity circuit last week or the last couple of weeks, you know, talking about the movie, she did share a story where she had a one-night stand with Method Man. Okay. And I knew when that story came out, I knew she was going to piss off Method Man's wife because they've had some run-ins in the past. Most notably is when Wendy Williams did announce that Method Man's wife, Tasha Smith, was battling cancer. This was some years ago. She said it on her show, and Tasha had not shared any of that information with her family and friends. I'm not even sure how Wendy Williams got a hold of that information, but much like they said on her documentary, it wasn't that Wendy Williams a lot of times would go looking for information. A lot of times people would bring information to her. So obviously somebody knew something about Tasha. They told her, and she decided to tell it on her show. Well, You know, there are all kind of laws that you'd be breaking doing something like that. I mean, HIPAA laws seem like you couldn't just go on a show and tell somebody's medical, you know, where they stand medically, especially when somebody is suffering from something like cancer. I guess Tasha Smith and her husband could have definitely sued Wendy Williams, but she said she took the high road then. But Tasha Smith says that she no longer wants to take the high road, and she about sick of Wendy Williams. She said that she has been a thorn in the fucking side of her and her husband and her family for years and years and years, that for whatever reason she has been obsessed with them. And you know, when she told the story of her having cancer, that's just one example of the things that Wendy Williams has done to them, and she's about sick of it now. She said that Wendy Williams is struggling when it comes to her career, that her husband has left her, and that no amount of plastic surgery can fix the ugly that is on the inside of Wendy Williams. She said that she and her husband are in a great place, that their marriage is solid, okay, that they can't worry about the likes of a Wendy Williams out there spreading stories about wherever the state of their marriage might have been back then. Today, everything is all good, okay, and that Wendy will continue to be the miserable, lonely old bitch that she is, okay. Now, I know Wendy Williams, like I said in my review of that movie, she cannot have any friends because she has burned so many bridges, and I know a lot of people probably feel the way that Method Man's wife feels, because she's just done and said so many things that nobody is ever going to forgive her for. And that's why I say that she probably does have a lonely life, because you never hear about her being with friends. I mean, she tried to be friends with Black China, you know, like, it's just like, you don't know this girl, you know, she's 20 years younger than you. Like, her lifestyle is completely different. You know, you try to be friends with Nene, you know, that didn't work. You know, she tries to be friends with, who's she friends with? Tamar. I mean, you know, Tamar has her own set of issues. You don't really hear about her having friends. So that story might be an example of why Wendy is, you know, where she is in her life today. But yeah, Miss Tasha don't see it for Miss Wendy. She called her a tabloid sideline and a circus freak. I said, really, Tasha? It's like that for you? Not a circus freak, y'all. Yeah, Tasha don't see it for Wendy. All right, you guys. So this is an interesting story. I think it'll probably be more interesting for our creators out there. JoeBudden. You guys know that he has his podcast, the JoeBudden Project with Rory and Mal. You guys know there was a lot of talk last year about him leaving Spotify because he felt like they were not paying him what he was worth. And Spotify had they had approached him with this show, making him feel like they were going to invest way more money in his show than they did. Spotify started to pick up all these big names and give all these other people these big shows. And I think JoeBudden felt like he was just kind of getting kicked to the wayside. So when his contract went up, he did not renew, and he decided to take his talents elsewhere. We didn't know where he was going, but now we know that he has landed at Patreon. Okay, now Patreon is a platform where content creators are paid what they're worth by the very people that watch them all the time. You are able to get paid on a subscription basis there. Depending on how the viewer wants to pay you, you can set tiers, and in each tier that you have, you offer more and more things that just the regular person couldn't get if they were watching you on YouTube. And Patreon was created because of the fuck shit that YouTube was putting their content creators through, maybe about 6 or 7 years ago, when they started to put all these restrictions on the things that we could say and couldn't do and all of this. And our pay was being drastically cut. they had to work out the kinks. It didn't last that long, but when you're going through it, it felt like that shit was forever. Like they, you were getting a check that was a certain amount, and then all of a sudden, it was really going down. And for people that were making a little bit, it was going away completely. Okay. People that were making millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars, they were seeing their money get cut a lot. So it was getting to be a big mess on YouTube. And like I said, they've kind of worked it out now. So, it's not halfway as big a problem as it had been. But that's how Patreon came, because people were so fed up with not getting their money through YouTube that they were just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go over to Patreon, and if you really want to see me, then you will subscribe to me over there and you will pay me over there, and I will still get the money. And it worked. A lot of people make a lot of money on Patreon. I'm talking about big money, just paying $5 a week, or $10, not a week, a month, or $10 a month, or whatever you believe in the content creator that you are watching. That is how they make money on Patreon. And shout out, just a shameless plug. Shout out to my Roxy readers out there. I do have my Roxy Reads book club over there, and we survived our first year. And thank you to everybody that has supported. There are a lot of people that don't participate, but they still do donate through my Patreon, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. I know I don't say it all the time, but that definitely, people that have contributed over there, it is definitely something that's helped me, and I appreciate you. I do try to provide the book club because I would like for people to come over. If you are donating over there, it would be nice that you guys would participate and read the books and come in for our discussions and things like that. I try to do things special over there, for people that have believed in me enough to want to give just $2 a month or $5 a month, so that's what Patreon does help me. So I understand and I believe in the platform. So that was just my shameless plug. If you guys want to join the book club, you are welcome. Here is the link. But getting back to the story, so JoeBudden has decided to go to Patreon, and his show will be in a non-exclusive deal where he will still do his show there. He's going to have behind the scenes footage. He's going to have extra shows and extra footage and things that he's going to bring to the people that believe enough in him to pay for the content. And he feels that this is where he actually will be paid what he is worth. They have also given him the title, the head of creator equity. All right. And I don't know if that's just something cute that they've decided to give him, but we do know that JoeBudden is all about getting paid what you're worth. And so it does make sense that Patreon was able to land him. But it's interesting because Patreon hasn't been in this field yet. But I guess this is something that they've wanted to do, that they want to actually have content that's only on their, or not only, but that's on their platform that they can say that they have sponsored or, help to hone or create or whatever. So good for them. Now, we do know that JoeBudden is producing other podcasts. I know the Whatever Girl podcast with Karen Civil and Ming Lee is one that they've been promoting quite a bit, and from what I understand is doing well. And so I guess that he will continue to bring different podcasts and different content to people that way. And maybe he will also bring them over to Patreon. Patreon only takes 12% of the money, as opposed to other streaming services such as YouTube. YouTube takes almost 30% of the money that we get from advertising. YouTube takes a good chunk of it. Okay. And that means advertising, when you guys do super chats, when you pay money to content creators, when they do lives or premiere videos, 30% of that goes to YouTube. So YouTube is going to get their cut. And so now Patreon, that was another reason why Patreon had billed themselves to be something better, is because you wasn't losing as much money. 12% is the cap. Whatever rest you get from your subscribers is what you get. And there's no confusion or just haze over how you get paid, because still YouTubers to this day, even though we understand that we get paid from advertising, and we still can't tell you how it really works with the views and all, it's still no real, like, it's no way I can just sit down and explain to you, like, if you watch this is what I make, blah 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 blah. I mean, I have an idea, but it's not written in stone. So that's why sometimes when shit goes up and down, you just be like, oh, here it is with YouTube again. Not complaining though, because YouTube has been good to me. But that's how it works. So yeah, congratulations are in order to JoeBudden and his podcast. I know a lot of you guys are JoeBudden fans, so the journey continues there. He will also still be on YouTube, SoundCloud, and Apple Podcasts. All right, you guys, sad story. 23-year-old Silento. Okay, his mama named him Ricky Lamar Hawk of Watch Me Whip. Now watch me nay-nay. Now watch me whip, whip. Watch me nay-nay. Now, you guys remember that song? They said the song has been streamed 1.7 billion times on YouTube. Okay, huge hit. I don't know any other song from Silento, so I'm not sure if he's a one-hit wonder or whatever, but he was arrested the other day. 23 years old, shot and killed his 34-year-old cousin, Frederick Brooks, on a street in DeKalb County, January 21st. We don't know what the motive was, but he shot allegedly he shot his cousin around 8 times in the face and in the body. By the time the police got there, he was gone, but the cousin was dead on the street. They were able to get the 8 gun casings. That's how they believed that it was, oh God, it's getting late, that it was 8 times. But like I said, at the time, they didn't know that it was him, but they were able to get surveillance cameras. As you know, everybody has cameras on their houses now, and they saw that it was him, and they found him and they arrested him. His publicity person has come out and said that he has suffered with mental illness quite a bit lately. He was arrested twice just a couple of months ago for domestic violence. He was arrested in California for gun charges, and he was arrested in October for driving 140 miles per hour on the 85 freeway out here. Silento has been on TV. He's been on the show The Doctors, talking about his depression. He was a drug baby, so he's born with heroin and cocaine and marijuana and who else knows what in his system. And he said all of his life that he has battled depression. Even with the success of Watch Me Whip, he still it wasn't long lived, and that he still has struggled with depression, and that is on record. However, they're saying that if he shot and killed this man, that he is going to go to jail, and they have him. He's being held without bail, just that one charge of murder. And like I said, right now, there is no motive. But it's sad, you guys. It's just, the story is just sad all the way around. All these kids have so many mental health issues. Not just kids, I mean people, period. The world right now is not a good place, and it's harder for some people than others. And some people deal with it. This is no excuse, because like I said, if he's done it, then, he's going to have to pay. But we also need to start really worrying about these people's mental health. I talk to you guys about it because I believe in it. Like, you need to be concerned about the mental health of these young people, people that struggle. We have to start listening to them. People, when they say that they feel a certain way, and I am the first to admit that when my kids get to telling me things like that, that I have my very first instinct is to be like, oh, what now? But I know that I need to open myself up and make sure that I try to listen to them and what they're going through, because otherwise it's the streets that they're going to go to, that they're going to try to get answers from. And you don't want the streets to tell you, your child what to do. I think it's important that we always concentrate when these kids get to telling us that they're depressed, even though you hear more and more and more and more, that they have to be taken seriously. Okay, so if he is guilty, he's going to be in jail for a long time. And that's sad. You know, the family is losing not just one person, but two. And I'm sure that this has made it very tough for his family all the way around. So yeah, just a sad story, you guys, but just an eye-opener again that mental health, it ain't no joke. People are ill. All right, you guys, and then last story, the Super Bowl number 55 will be this weekend. Okay, and it will be between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it will be at the Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. It was supposed to be in Los Angeles, but because of the Rona, they moved Super Bowl 55 to Tampa, and it will be in Los Angeles in 2022. Yeah, you guys, they're worried that it's going to be a super spreader event because we know, even though they're telling everybody don't come to, you know, where they are, don't come to Tampa, you know, unless you go on it directly to the game. We already know it's still going to be a whole bunch of people out there. Okay, we already know that the clubs is going to be packed. We know that it's going to be parties, and we know it's going to be a lot going on because people still got to go and celebrate and do what they do. So they're worried that it will be a super spreader event. Anyway, the Super Bowl will be airing 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And let's see who is going to be performing. We are going to be having The Weeknd. He's performing at halftime, I believe. I still don't understand the hoopla around The Weeknd, although I do like some songs from his last album. Actually, I like his music. I just still don't, he's not no big superstar to me, you know, but people still be wanting to put him up there like that. So, I mean, I guess that fucked up ass hair. I mean, you know, he done cut his hair. But it looked like he's trying to do something else with it, you know, and by the time he come around with this beat up face and, you know, this whole, you know, he's so committed to his vision of this song, I mean, this album and all of this, child. We'll see how he look up there at that damn halftime show. But it's gonna be him out there. That's sponsored by Pepsi. We got Eric Church and Jasmine Sullivan. They're gonna be performing at the Super Bowl. We got her. She's going to be performing. I think Jasmine Sullivan is going to be singing the Star Spangled Banner. Oh, it's just going, y'all, I'm telling y'all, she gonna touch my soul on that one. I already know. And then we got her. She is going to be singing America the Beautiful. Okay, looking forward to that. Country singer Eric Church. Actually, Eric Church is going to be singing it with Jasmine Sullivan. So, you know, it's going to be a little country twang with a little R&B stank on it. Child, I can't wait to see that one. Miley Cyrus is going to be heading the pregame show. We got Amanda Gorman performing there. I'm not quite sure in what capacity. I guess reading her poetry somewhere. Tiffany Haddish, Alicia Keys, Brandi Carlile, Brittany Howard, Christina Aguilera. Okay, those people are all going to be performing and lending their talents to the Super Bowl 55 in some which kind of way. Okay, don't know exactly what they're all doing, but you know, considering whatever their talent, whatever their profession is, it'll have something to do with that. So looking forward to that, you guys. Actually, I don't care. I don't really care about Super Bowl and these halftime artists. I really don't care about. I'm mostly excited about seeing Jasmine and her. But we'll see what everybody else is doing too between the pregame show and the actual show. But yeah, you guys, I just want to make sure that everybody is safe out there. I know people is going to be getting together for Super Bowl. I'm telling you, anytime we get the coronavirus numbers down, something happens. There's an event where the numbers shoot back up. So Super Bowl is now it. And then next week is Valentine's Day. And they must not be doing the NBA All-Star because I haven't heard much about it. And that's usually Valentine's weekend. Or are they? I don't know. I didn't even look that up. Y'all let me know if they doing it. I don't think so, though. But it sure is a shame that they don't, because I always look forward. Now, I love the NBA All-Star games, but child, the Rona just got us so fucked up. That's why I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of it. All right, I gotta go. I've been in here a long time. My damn dog's probably got to go out to the bathroom, you guys. Like I said in my Let's Talk About It video, I finally got the corrected link for my t-shirts and my sweatshirts and my phone cases and my mugs. I will leave the link here for you guys. And if you are interested, then you can go and log in and, pick out to your heart's content. I thank everybody that's been supportive thus far. Okay. All right. And I'm going to get off of here. We do this every single week. So make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.